Hey, everybody, and welcome to the SEAL Podcast, episode number 242 for September the 27th, 2024. My name is Fraser. I'm joined on my left by Neil.
Hello.
And on my right by Dave.
Hello.
Hello, gents. How are we?
Wet.
Oh, yeah?
Well, you've been outside today, have you? Or the last few days?
I stepped out.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You guys still having crappy weather?
It's been shit for the last 2 or 3 days. It's a bit biblical. Biblical rain.
Northampton's underwater at the moment.
We're having
We're alright, but
you don't want to know. We're having a summer right now. Like all week. Hot and t-shirts. And
About time, eh?
Well, that storm's coming up though. Is it Helena?
You're going to get some of that?
Probably we'll get sort of maybe some surrounding of it, bit of rain or whatever.
And we'll probably get the little sloppy seconds by the time it gets to us or whatever.
It's all you deserve.
We've had the sloppy end of whatever we've had now, that's for sure.
Well, we've had the shit stuff from Europe. That's like Europe's had it really bad, so we've had that crap.
It looks like it's coming from the north. Every time I look at the rain, it's coming like down. Like,
it's the way the cold front and the warm air is interacting, but yeah, it's all come from the east of Europe. Yeah, sorry.
Fucking Europe.
Immigrant wins from Europe. Immigrant weather.
They fucking see what happens when you get a Labour government.
How's that weather? Yeah, Stormer. Letting that weather cross our borders. Not our borders, my borders, your borders. Anyway, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Just remember that, folks. You can't win. The game's rigged.
Yep. God's in control.
Right. Yep, brilliant. Okay, well, welcome to the show, everyone. We hope that's cheered you up. We will just say, I just looking here on listener stuff. Kyle Adams just was the sub about Kyle? Was that in the show when we started, or was that before we started?
That was before you said hello and everything.
Oh, okay, and thank you, Kyle, for your subs. Very generous of you. We appreciate that.
Says it was all the women's football content.
Yeah, you want more women's football?
He was here early,
content?
obviously.
That's what you'll get at some point, perhaps. But for now, you just have to make do with the men's football, and with what do they say? No further ado.
Without further ado.
Without further ado.
I believe is the phrase you were struggling with.
I was struggling. My brain's all messed up.
He's in work mode still, obviously.
I'll hand you over to Neil.
Thank you very much. Excuse me, I need to belch. It's not great, is it? Anyway.
Such a bunch of pros.
Right, so yeah, FPL. Junior Sumu back on top after a week away from the top of the league.
Well done.
1 point ahead of Nathan. It's been very close. Toing and froing lately of those two. But our favourite Yank, Luciano, up to third after getting a 71-pointer last week.
Blinding.
Which is all right. But then we've got 339 third, and then it's down to 332 is eighth. So we've got quite close.
The top two didn't get that many points though. Compared to, you said they were going to have some bad weeks, didn't you? If people played their wild cards beforehand.
I think Dave's smelling blood in the water this season. Aren't you? He knows it's doable. He's starting to get it.
So, have you played your wild card, Dave? Was that a little hint that you've done?
No.
This is the week a lot of wild cards getting played, apparently.
Right. Okay.
Fucking hell! Look where Dave is. He's mid-table.
I know.
Respectability.
It's on like Donkey Kong.
And he got a really nice score last week.
He did too. And a rude. Is that what you're referring to?
It's nice.
Blue. He's been a bit blue.
That's what you're supposed to say, isn't it?
I interrupted. You were saying Luciano third.
Yep, had a good week. 71. We have to go down quite a bit further to find the next American. But there we go. Not going to mention any of them. Yeah, so who was the top scorer? Joel was top scorer, 84 on the week.
Not too shabby.
And remember Kev? Our Kev.
Our Kev, yeah.
77 for Kev this week. hauled himself right up at the bottom end of the table to third from bottom.
I think did we establish this? Maybe I missed it if you mentioned it, but it looked like Kev last week did a ton of transfers, but then didn't play a wild card against him. Like he burned something.
That was
like
that
40
last week or the week before? I think that was
Yeah,
the week before last.
Was it the
Yeah.
week before he burned
think so.
40 something points?
Yeah,
on
yeah,
a-
yeah. I don't know about 40
Like-
points. He didn't do what you did.
Yeah, he did.
Did he?
It
I
was,
don't
about,
think he
it was
did.
about 40 something points. Yeah,
Really?
of transfers. Yeah,
I didn't see that.
I'll have to look into that
Yeah. I thought there was a minus 12 or
so
something.
that we can parade it all around.
So, yeah, it's a few good scores.
Game
19.
week 4,
19. Oh, right, okay.
minus 48 points in
Oof.
transfers.
Wow. That's why you're supposed to play wildcard, I think. Oh.
So really, he hobbled himself a little bit there, but he's obviously shown that he's got some chops because he's done all right.
It's sort of thing. Imagine if he was 48 points better off than he is. He
wouldn't be much higher.
He'd be about 23rd. So
be better.
yeah, it would be better.
That's all right.
So, oh man, there's a few injuries about this week. Rodri
Laters.
out for the whole season.
He's
ACL.
done. How old is he anyway? That's
I don't know.
retirement.
Late 20s, early 30s. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's around that age, I think.
Sayonara. That's the last you've seen of him.
Shame. See, he was the one about going on about how everyone's playing too much football, and then all of a sudden he's got a really bad injury.
Mm-hmm.
So that sucks. Unless you're an Arsenal fan, I guess, because it means you've got a much better chance of winning the league this year than you did have a week ago.
I mean, to be honest, it's probably all right if you're any fan except Man City fan, right?
Yeah. No one else is really in with a shout of winning the league, are they? Let's be honest.
Doesn't matter.
Well, maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, not something I'm certainly not fucking worried about it this year, I can assure you.
Yeah, but even as a neutral, like there'd be still like people you don't want to win the league. I mean, I don't want it's not that I don't want Manchester City to win things. I just don't want them to win the league again, right? It needs to be that.
That would set a pretty tough record to beat until they wipe all of the records, obviously, in a couple of years' time.
Right.
When they finally finish their investigations.
Yes, when the gavel comes down.
Yeah. Yeah, so head to head, Joe Wobbler FC, aka Will Barkley, is still top of that league. He's the only one left on 100% wins.
Ugh.
So someone's got to take him down. 5 teams on 12 points. I am one of them. And so are you, Fraser. You lost your first game of the season last week.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, Andy Cox. Come on, man.
Yeah.
What are you doing to me, brother?
So he's also on 12 points. And friend of the show, Matt Arnold. And the old nemesis, David Kinsett. He must have lost his first game.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I wonder whether we need to take a hard look at ourselves, right? Because now this is the second season where a young kid has come in and he's just dominating. Like, what's going on? Are we just old and shit?
I don't know about that. He's got too much time on his hands. He doesn't have adult things to worry about. I'm playing the average this week. Who's he playing this week? He's playing...
He's just playing fancy football in his pudding. That's all.
He's up against Elusive Man this week. I think he did all right last week, Elusive Man, as well. So we'll see. Let's just have a quick look. I'm sure he had all right points last week. Oh, no, not really. 56. So... let's see. I don't know if he's played his wild card. There's quite a few wild cards being played, as I said, around the community. Not that I'm in the community. But yeah, it's been all the buzz on the podcasts, the FPL shows and stuff about how it's a good week to wildcard because the fixtures change and Arsenal have got a nice run of fixtures. So you want triple Arsenal. I
didn't triple Arsenal because I can't afford triple Arsenal. But I did throw in another Arsenal player. I'll tell you who.
Go on. Is he a defender? Is it a defender? Because they're easier to get to. Oh, it's cheap. What? Timber?
Yeah. Is his name Timber?
Well, he might not be playing this weekend. Yeah, Timber was injured, but I think he got a knock again or something.
It's sorry, no, it's a midfielder, Thomas Partey.
Thomas Partey. Fuck. Why are you putting Thomas Partey in? Oh,
Because he gets 90 minutes and he costs 5 million and he plays
Okay.
for Arsenal.
and how many goals does he score?
He's already scored 1.
Okay, that's in for the next 2 years then.
Well, maybe we'll see.
Ugh, okay. Well, for another million on top of that, you could have had
I don't have another
Gabriel.
million.
Could have had Gabriel in defence.
I have Gabriel.
Well, you don't
in
need
defence.
him. You don't need to add him another one. You can't have 2 Gabriels.
What? What do you mean another Gabriel?
I said you could have put him in, but you said you already had him, so we can't put him in again. So I've binned off Salah.
I considered binning off Salah,
I had to do it.
but he's due.
Yeah, but Saka's at home to Leicester, and I'm like, he's captain as well, so it's hat-trick Saka week.
Dave, what you got changes, Dave, this week? Anything?
I made one change this week. Who did I pulled out one player that I'm not going to play. I can't remember who it was.
Joao Pedro.
Yeah, that's it.
He was on my list of things to do tonight, or before 11 a.m. tomorrow.
Right.
But I don't know what to do there. I've got a
I
couple of
didn't
options.
get rid of him. I've benched him.
I've put in Chris Wood from Forest.
Okay.
I'm not going to play him though.
We didn't need
but-
to change it if you weren't going to play him.
Well, he wasn't doing very good anyway on points in my side.
Doesn't
so-
do very good when he doesn't play, and then comes on and gets
Doesn't matter.
flattered by fucking Morgan Gibbs White after coming back from an
Sorry.
injury.
So yeah, no, I just took him out, put a rigid.
No. Don't get distracted, Dave. That's good. It's basic housekeeping, the gardening. Like I say, just tend to the garden, keep all the weeds out,
Yep.
and you can.
I might take a hit.
Don't get distracted by itchy trigger finger down here.
I might take
don't
a hit
like
this
having
week.
more than one person out on like.
He
definitely out,
goes. He
so.
says he's going to take a hit.
It's only a
Excellent.
4-pointer. I could do, but I can get Gabriel in. I could just do Gabriel and have triple Arsenal, but I could also bin off Joao Pedro and get in like a Nicholas Jackson or a Dominic Solanke.
Oh, look at him. He's all flush with the Salah money.
So maybe I could just. Well, it depends on which defender I've been off to get Gabriel. I could get Ollie Watkins, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd like to have bought Watkins this week.
So I've got options, but it will take a hit to get to what I really want. But I'm like, shall I just leave it? But no, the temptation is to just get the good players
You
in.
won't be satisfied until you've
I
made a
can't.
change.
Well,
It's in your nature.
it was driving me mental. I had drafts going all week because I'm like, well, the only way I'm getting Saka, I was trying to do it by getting rid of Jota, but there was no way I'd like have to do something silly, like go from Pedro Porro down to someone who's basically not playing, or what's his name, Greaves from Ipswich, and have 2 £4 million defenders who are basically shit. And I'm just like, I
Yeah,
can't be
because
doing
it's not
that.
like they're going to ship goals.
They got Aston Villa this week, Ipswich, and then
Aston Villa are ready to just destroy people right
yeah.
now.
Well, it's funny, isn't it? Because we've had Champions League and all sorts of stuff going on. So we've got
Now,
Champions League coming up
Jota-
next week.
Didn't he put 2 away this week?
Yeah, in the League Cup they won 5-1, was it? Or 5-0 against West Ham, a Premier League team. They absolutely destroyed them.
Yeah, well, West Ham are in trouble.
Yeah. It's not going so well for J-Lo, is it?
Disarray.
There's probably I couldn't think of a J-Lo song to shoehorn some sort of fucking reference in there.
You could have made anything up and I would have
I don't
not
know.
noticed.
What's his name? Julian. Yeah, Julian Lopetegui. Was it something like that? I
Yeah.
can't remember what it is. Anyway, something about From the Block. I don't know. Couldn't think of another one.
All right.
Not a massive J-Lo fan, honestly. Anyway, have we waffled enough bollocks?
Yeah, have we waffled enough football? Because if we have, we can move on.
Because you know what we need to do is go and read my blog if you want more football on the website.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Has it got some handy hints and tips?
Not really. It's just a summary, a bit more detail of what's going on in the league week to week.
Are you checking the page views?
I'm not telling you the page views.
Don't look. Best not to know. All right, let's move on to some listener stuff. Thank you, Neil. And do go check out Neil's blog. It's ace.
You don't know. You haven't fucking read it.
No. But I will. It's on my list of things to do. Hang on a second. Let me just write that down. Okay. Let's move on to some...
I've got a link to it on
Oh,
my
look at
my
old
browser.
fancy
I know,
pants.
I know.
It's on the
Didn't I ask you to send me that link months ago, years ago?
me.
No, Dave.
I put it on.
onto Dave.
I always
That's
put
why
it
I
in the
haven't read it.
Discord when I've written it. So
Oh,
you know.
yeah, I saw that. All right, let's move on.
Oh,
to
so you saw it and didn't click on it? Oh, yeah, okay.
I didn't at all. I don't even look at the Discord. All right, that's not
Only
true.
when you post about your fucking car.
Yeah. Please don't call me fucking car. Let's not start that again. Let's not start car wars. Let's try and be nice to one another.
What have you got on your list of things? Oh, cars on your list of things you've
Oh.
done this week.
Oh, I was gonna say actually, did you like my picture of the bikes? I was
Yes.
very happy with my
Oh
picture
yeah,
of
of course, yeah.
Oh, you saw
Yeah.
that on the
I know-
Discord, did you? Did you?
Yeah, I did.
the bikes.
Well, I think we got that in WhatsApp too first, didn't we?
Only one on the WhatsApp. There's
Yeah.
loads on Discord.
Yeah, they're very nice. That's because on WhatsApp I told Dave to put it in the Discord.
They're like, it's like one bike is a child bike compared to the other one. It looks so small compared to the BM.
Yeah.
The MV.
Yep.
Is it an MV Augusta? Is that what it is?
MV
It's just
Augusta,
beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah, it
F3,
is
yeah.
a
It's
beautiful
just-
bike, mate. I can't argue with that on it. The
Looks like
lines on
something
it are
from the
just
future.
Stupendous. It
Yeah.
really does. It just.
I did go out on it.
Not this week, I fucking hope.
On Friday. No, not on Friday. On Saturday. I was just sort of, yeah. I was just gonna pop round the corner, and then that turned into like an hour out on the road. And yeah, and I forgot to do the thing that I was gonna do to go out on it anyway. So
Nice.
stuff. Perfect bike ride.
yeah, it's lovely.
Yep, you're definitely enjoying it then.
Yep.
All right, we'll probably come back to motors. Let's move on to listener stuff. Kyle Adams says, "Scalper's going to scalp. How do we stop this?"
Apparently, we
What-
can't.
What scalpers are we worried about?
The PlayStation Pros scalpers, or the limited
Oh,
editions.
Pro- about
The
Ticketmaster.
PlayStation. Oh,
Well,
what
everything.
that one? Well, when companies do limited editions, well, I don't know. What can we do?
But they're
Right.
like, why is it
All you can do is-
people
all you-
are buying, getting into the... Because people who legitimately want to buy them are sitting in queues, waiting around for hours, and then getting told, fuck off. But some scumbags can get in there straight away, buy one, and then before they've even received the thing, sell it off on eBay for £4,000.
Yeah.
Which is like
Alright.
4 times what it's worth.
Well,
Okay, right. But let's just.
How
let's
does
just
this happen?
break it-
How does it
But
happen?
let's break this down, right? First of all, are you going to buy that thing off eBay for them for £4,000,
No.
which they haven't even had delivered yet?
No.
So you can put the scammer part. I mean, it's not just scalpers; it's scammers, isn't it? Really. I think all they can do is limit it one purchase per transaction.
One
That's it.
purchase per address.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Job
Well,
done.
it's just
I
like,
mean,
was
that's-
that from only available from PlayStation Direct or something?
I don't know.
Or was there other places you could buy them? I don't know. Because you'd think like a limited run, surely they were just literally selling it via their own website. And no, you wouldn't want to put it on fucking Amazon, would you? Although maybe they know how to fucking do that sort of shit and limit sales to one per customer and all that kind of crap. Because they're pretty good at selling stuff.
Yeah.
It's a free market.
It's a free. You know what, Dave? You're right. I mean,
If people are going to pay that money, then
I challenge anyone to go out and buy something for $100, $400, whatever it is. Just go buy something, and then if someone comes up to you and offers you 10 times that amount for it, how many people say no? Right?
Yeah,
How
but if
many
someone
people-
literally says, I'll pay you that for it, rather than you buy something with the, predetermined desire to fucking just sell it on.
Yeah, but that's business, isn't it? I mean,
This not really a business, is it?
it's all about making profit.
But what-
That's-
I don't know. Are
that's
these
all it is
people-
at the end of the day? It's buying and selling of goods, right?
Honestly,
And
I
if I
haven't-
have the opportunity,
Go on.
but if I have the opportunity to buy something, now I'm not saying ethically, the PlayStation Pros are in a little bit of a gray area because they are limited, and you're denying people who genuinely want them. They're getting stuffed, but I don't know. Like,
Let's get this right. Is this just for the limited edition?
Yeah,
or
there
is
were-
the
it- or
grey
is it
one.
The
just-
12,300. There's only 12,300, which is pretty limited
Right.
for a games console that sells.
but is it pretty
millions.
limited for a games console that's going to cost $1,500-$1,600 US? I mean,
I don't see this as an argument. If somebody wants to spank some money just on a specific color, then do why is that?
Why is someone
these
willing to
com-
pay £4,000
yeah.
for it? I don't understand.
Yeah.
It's like if
Yeah.
you can't
Well,
get it
are
legit.
they?
Well, I don't know. This is
Well,
what
I mean,
saw.
no, look, don't get me wrong. There are rich people out there who, on a whim, just go, "Oh, I really like that. I can't afford to. I can't.
I
Get in the
can't be
queue and
asked
get
to
one."
wait for it at the queue or just sit
Well, it's
around.
not even that I can't be arsed to do it. It's like $4,000, $4,000 or £4,000 to, like, we have no idea, right? But £4,000 to really rich people is nothing.
No.
Is
Yeah.
nothing.
No. Wouldn't it be cheaper?
But
just
why
to
would
buy
a really
normal
rich
one and
person
then
wanna-
get it reskinned?
You
or,
well,
Because because really rich people are remarkably still similar to us in many ways, right? They have the
Just don't
same
cut me off.
wants, needs, and
how
desires.
do they get really
like
rich
things.
by buying fucking PlayStations?
I don't.
by sending them. Send them quick.
The world of the really rich is something that we have no idea about. Like, it's just, and these are consumer goods that are what I mean. To be honest, like,
Yeah.
even just the
I-
price of
I just-
of a
yeah.
normal PS5 Pro is just mind-boggling. But whatever. People can spend the money how they want. But
Well,
like
you
Dave says,
You
it's
could have
free
bought a
market.
PC. That's all I'm saying. You could have bought a
I'm
fucking
not gonna-
awesome
don't,
PC.
Please, no, don't. Let's not go down that route. That's it. No, we're not having that argument today.
Yeah, I just don't get it. If there's like any difference apart from just the fact that it was a limited edition run with a specific color, but
What if they
would
brought
do
out a
limited-
BMW in a new colour?
I
That was
wouldn't give a
very
shit.
limited.
If
No,
it's-
no, don't get me
no,
wrong.
no.
Like, I saw that PlayStation and I thought that looked really cool. And if I had no barrier to, if I was super loaded,
Mm.
Or not, you don't even need to be super loaded. Like, well, you do need to be pretty loaded, right? But also have a big desire for it, and you could get it easily.
You could just get
it's
the
not.
spray can out and spray your
Yeah.
PlayStation. Great.
All right.
Let's have a look. I'm having a look at this.
Write a number on it.
But 300.
100%.
Another
This one of
13
one.
of
This one. This is
Have you seen the
purely
price of
really
spray
limited.
paint these days?
Don't spray your paint your PS5. My
No.
recommendation.
Well,
Well, you probably could. You could take those blades.
Well, you'd have to
off.
take everything off. You could completely take it to pieces if you wanted to hold
Anyway,
all
we've
of it grey.
drifted-
it says they're available at Amazon and Best Buy and Walmart. And
What, normal
Target.
PS5 Pros?
Uh,
Not the limited one. That looks like a
the
PS1
PlayStation
colour
Direct
scheme.
was the only retailer, with the exception of Oh, sorry, the DualSense.
Yeah, I
controllers
could
available,
go
it
for a DualSense PlayStation 1 coloured DualSense controller because they're like 70 quid. They're not particularly limited. They're not like only making 5 of those or anything, are they? So,
No.
but they look pretty nice. They look pretty
Hmm.
nice.
Yep.
But
All right. Well, we look.
I've got 3
stop-
DualSense
look,
controllers already. I don't fucking need enough.
Back
You don't have
to,
that many friends.
Anyway, back to Kyle. Scalper's going to scalp. How do we stop this? I don't know.
We don't have to
It's up
because
to Kyle.
we're
Yeah.
not participating.
Well, we can't stop it. It's got to be up to the retailers. They've got to just put their foot down and put measures in place and whatnot. You're never going to stop human nature, and people want to make money.
What they
right?
could
So-
do is obviously they haven't received the ones they're selling on. They could just not send them to the people who've decided to sell them on and go, fuck you, you're not having it because you just sold it the instant you bought it. So I guess they could do that.
I don't know how they do that, but okay. Sorry, Carl. I don't think I mean, is
Who
there
are
a
we?
solution out there?
I
Yeah.
work in retail and I don't know. I have no answer for this.
Yeah,
We're
he's our
just
resident
people
professional.
in business just want to sell shit, basically.
Okay, let's move on then to Derek Signs. He says nobody asked for it, nobody wanted it, and nobody needed it unless you're a weird quiz junkie.
I needed it. this week.
Neil's the quiz. Neil's our quiz.
We had
junkie.
to miss our pub quiz this week, so I needed the quiz. Well done,
Oh,
Derek.
okay. But he says, but here's a follow-up to last week's quiz. Same rules as before. Complete the band name for a point. I don't know if you'll reach the rock god status of 16 out of 20 like last week, but anything above 10 out of 20 will entitle you to claim up-and-coming young hotshot band status. As long as you watch out for the lead guitarist's gambling problem, the drummer's girlfriend problem, the bass guitarist's alcohol problem, and the singer's drug problem. Fame and fortune await, as long as it doesn't all collapse in a flaming heap of guitar strings, drumsticks, and microphone stands. Here we go. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's just band names the same as last week, right?
Yeah, finish.
He missed the trick. He should have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, but anyway.
Okay. Next time. Okay.
All
I
right,
got
are you
my
in a
pen
band,
and
Dave?
paper.
Which one of these band members are you? Are you the singer? Who's got the alcohol problem? Oh, that'd be me. I'm the bass guitarist, I guess. Oh no, Fraser's the singer because he's got the drug problem.
All right then.
None of
Who's
these,
got the-
none of these band
who's
members
got
have
the
a
motorbike
motorbike problem.
All right. Number 1, Bill Haley and
The Comets, if I'm not mistaken.
I concur. 2, Adam and
The ants.
Yes,
yep.
I assume so.
Number 3, Graham Parker and
Who the fuck is Graham Parker?
nobody. No.
Does
blank
not sound
faces.
like a band.
Number 3, maybe his 10 out of 20 is right. Number
Yeah.
3, number 4. Oh, he's got 2, 3. Oh, his numbering's off.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
He's got 2 number
no.
3s. All right, this could cause all sorts of problems. All right.
3A and
renumber
3B. 3A and 3B. That'll be easier. Just do
Okay,
that.
yeah, go on.
Because until
Oh,
we
no,
get to the
that's-
answers and they're all different.
3A and 3B. That's fucked up my numbering on my page. 3A, okay, is Jimmy James and nobody knows anyway.
I've not know. I don't know that one either.
Oh, that's Graham Parker is 3A. Who put A next to Jimmy James?
Oh, sorry.
Fucking
31?
amateur hour.
What is going on?
Gosh, shush.
Are you on your phone or something?
No.
I'm like tapping the number 3 times to get her C up.
Predictive text. Number 4, Martha Reeves and
Know this one?
no.
The
Neil does.
Vandellas. The Vandellas, I believe.
Nice. I don't even know how you spell that.
I don't know how to spell it. Van Dellas.
I spelt it right. That's all we have to know. Number 5, Roy Wood and
Is it?
Wizard.
I think so.
Number 6. Where's number 6?
Oh, that's where it's gone wrong because we've got a 7.
Oh, I'm gonna say 7.
Josie.
Josie and the Pussycats.
If you say so.
Was that real? Wasn't that a cartoon?
I think that's a cartoon. I thought it was like the Josie and the Blowfish.
We've had the Blowfish
Wait, that's
last
somebody
week.
That was Hootie and the Blowfish.
Oh, it was the Hootie and the Blowfish. Oh,
We
I
are
don't
struggling
know
this week.
that. Mm.
I think
Well,
we say
things are
Pussycat.
looking up in next 2.
Number 8, Florence and don't know.
The machines.
The Machine. No,
The Machine.
singular, not plural. Not a fan of them either.
Maybe not.
No.
I quite like them.
Buddy Holly and is it the Crickets?
I think I was going to say the Crickets. Oh my
Cliff
God.
Richard and
Fuck.
the Shadows.
Yes, the Shadows.
Oh, well done.
Number 11, Heavy D and
The Boys? Pretty sure it's the Boys. With a Z,
Boys.
obviously.
Nice. 12, Freddie and
This
is that
hard.
it's the ABBA women, Freddie and Frida. Oh, that would be a band, would it? Freddie
You
and
can have a band of 2 people.
what the fuck? There's Martha and somebody, another Martha, as if there's 2 Marthas.
isn't there a Martha and the Muppets
What is
or
it?
something?
Fuck me, I don't know. Or is it like this is like a Batman and Superman moment?
Don't know. All right, so we don't know 12, Freddie and the somethings. We don't 13, Martha and the Muffins, was it?
Go for it.
Was it the Muffins?
I don't
Not the
fucking-
Muppets. 14, Pterodactyl and
The
gotta be
dinosaurs?
something- It's gotta be
It's got to be something stupid, isn't it?
That's great name.
15, Jerry and
The pacemakers.
yeah,
I was going to say the geriatrics, but
no,
Well,
I
sort
agree
you
with
need
you,
it. Might need
Spain
them
Ghost.
if you've got if you're a geriatric.
George Thorogood,
Oh.
George Thorogood, and
I should know that
I've
one. That's like
no idea.
that's in my head somewhere, but I can't dig it out.
this is not good. 17, we got Gladys Knight and the Pips,
Yeah, agreed.
Junior Walker, and that rings a bell.
I'm
but
not
I
getting
don't know
that one.
what it is.
I don't know how.
Sly.
And the Family Stone.
Yep.
Honestly, I've got no idea how you.
Fucking you're shit at music quizzes.
Come
Dave.
on.
You are not my
Unbelievable.
phone of friends. That is for sure.
20. Come on, Dave. You can get this one. Bobby Boris Pickett and
No, I've never heard of Bobby Boris Pickett. Never heard of him.
I've never heard of him either.
I thought it was like, oh, come on, you must know this. It's like, classic
Bobby Pickett.
in your wheelhouse. No, never.
Fuck knows. I don't know.
And they're jazz men.
It's better than I've got in my head.
Who else pickets? He's picketing. Who else pickets? Bobby Boris Pickett and the Scabs.
Pickett and the Miners.
Works on 2 levels, that one.
Yeah, go on, that's Scabs. That's a good one.
All right. Okay. Are we going back to any or we just run through the
Fucking
three
hell, well,
answers?
that was hard.
I like that, Derek. That was good, man. It's got some chops, that one.
Shall I open the answers then?
Yes, please.
Right. We have. These are in. Oh no, these are in. Yeah, these have got the same numbers. So, Bill Haley and the Comets was number 1.
Yes.
Number 2, Adam and the Ants.
Yes.
The
All we got to do is get to 11.
The first number 3, Graham
Oh, no,
Parker.
my pen's run out.
Oh my god. Oh, I guess we got 18. Oh, have you got another pen? Have you got a standby pen? Okay, Graham Parker
course I have.
and The Rumour.
Never heard of him.
No.
Did you put a Jimmy James? Jimmy James and The Vagabonds.
No.
That was the second number 3, obviously. Number 4, Martha Reeves and The Vandellas, spelt Van
Nice.
Dellar.
Nice work.
Roy Wood and Wizard. Oh, who
Nice.
said Josie and the Pussycats?
I did.
Well done, you were correct.
Nice.
Florence and the Machine.
Nice.
Number 9, Buddy Holly and the Crickets.
Nice.
Cliff
Oh, it's looking
Richard
up.
and the Shadows.
Yes.
Heavy D and the Boys with a Z.
Nice. Oh, do we get an extra
Oh,
point for that?
fuck me. How did we not get this? Freddie and the Dreamers.
Yeah. Okay.
What did you say for Martha?
The Muffins.
You were correct. Well done. We smashed it.
Right?
Oh my god! Pterodactyl and the dinosaurs. Yes!
Beautiful.
Jerry and the Pacemakers. George Thorogood and the Destroyers. I'm gonna have to fucking
know.
find them out.
Need to know. Yeah, you gotta have to commit that to memory
Yeah.
for later.
Gladys Knight and the Pips.
Yep.
Junior Walker and the All Stars.
Feel like I should know that one.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Oh my god, what the fuck? Right, Sly and the Family Stone. Right,
Yes.
obviously. Bobby quotes Boris Pickett and the Crypt Kickers. I still don't know
Not the
who the
Scabs.
fuck they are. Never heard of it.
14.
Not bad, considering it was
Yeah,
looking
I'm
pretty
pleased with
ropey
that.
for a while.
Mate, we should get double. We should get an extra point for the dinosaurs.
That was a good guess.
I think you
Well,
should get an extra point for me being on the team because I
Yeah.
literally had no idea about any of
That's
that.
We'll
right, you're
start
gonna
off
come
on a
into your own.
-5 handicap,
That's
obviously.
right. You're covered for
Yeah.
another day, Dave. Don't worry, it's all good, man. We're gonna need you at
What
some
were they called
point
again? George
when
Thorogood.
we can't do
That's
it. Can
what
we have a
I've
motorbike quiz next, please, Derek?
got. I won't get any of them.
You will. You'll get something, surely. That's
See.
awesome. Thank you, Derek. That was very, very entertaining, especially for the dinosaur bit.
Well, I can tell you, George Thorogood and the Dinosaurs on YouTube Music. I Drink Alone has had 37 million plays. So some people obviously listen to that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so.
Is it, are they listening or
Bad
is
to
it
the
just a
bone.
statement on the?
Oh, they did Bad to the Bone?
Well, that's a video. Is it that
All right.
bad, that one?
It could be. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not sure. All right.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Derek. Very much. Much appreciated.
You've
Really is.
satiated my quiz yearnings this
Oh, look
week.
at that. He's got a smile on his face now. Done it. Well done. Brilliant. Okay, let's move on then to what we've been doing. In no particular order. Shall I just start? I'll start in no particular order. Let's get it done and over with. Let's talk about cars. We got the cars
bought a new
back. The
car?
rain. No. The rangy's back. Everything's cool. It's all right. So good. Excellent. We're happy. Threw a code within one day. The next day it threw a code. I couldn't believe it. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. But it turns out it's a code I already knew about. It's a fix that I haven't quite got to yet. So I'm okay with it. So I got
What's the
I've ordered
code?
the part.
Was it code for congratulations on buying a Range Rover?
Congratulations,
legend.
you mug. So
Oh, that reminds me.
yeah, I'll tell you what I
Speaking
did
of
buy
codes.
this week though. I bought a breaker bar. I never owned a breaker bar before, and now I own a breaker bar.
What's that for?
What's a breaker bar?
The breaker bar is basically just a socket wrench, right? But it's like super
Okay.
long for like
Right.
cracking nuts or whatever. So because I
Yeah.
couldn't get the even I have an impact wrench and it still wouldn't take the lug nuts off.
Yeah.
So I bought the breaker bar.
24 inches of.
Oh, I bought 24-inch breaker bar. That's what I got. Beautiful. And just
My,
cracked
my.
those nuts this week.
That is a
Yeah.
big one.
Yes. So I got excited about a breaker bar and then realized really that's, I mean, it's over, isn't it? When you're getting excited about a breaker bar arriving. But I was excited, I gotta tell you. I wanted to use it.
We're just walking around looking for nuts to.
Yes.
What can I undo?
What can I undo with it now?
Well, you think that's dull.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, if you think that's dull, what's coming next? Well, we're done with cars. I put my snow tires on my car. Showed you guys the pictures I changed because I got some new rims this
Yeah.
year. Well, not new, but secondhand, but whatever. Was for the
Were
snow
they the
tires, so
B?
I got those on.
Was that the
B,
new
yes.
the new rims with a B? I hope you didn't go out and buy the A
B.
rims.
No, the car came with the A's. I like
Yeah.
the A's. I didn't like them to start with, but they grew on me.
They look a bit Vauxhall to me. The A's.
Yeah, they're a bit of an acquired taste. They're not quite.
They don't look premium, super premium to me.
No, they don't.
They're a bit
no.
flat.
Neither of them are really what I want. I did have a set that were like what they call boomerangs, but one of them was busted, so I needed to find a fourth one.
What did
And
it
I've
not
just
come
been-
back when you threw it?
It did. It came back, but it wasn't working when it came back. And I would like.
Busted, what, cracked or?
Yeah, I
like,
had a crack.
scuffed or-
Yeah,
oh, okay.
and I had it welded, and it still did not hold. So, unfortunately, and I couldn't get I had a couple of times when on Facebook Marketplace or whatever, a single rim or someone was breaking a car down or whatever, but like 400, 500, 600 they want for one rim. I'm just like, that's not happening.
Yeah.
You know.
One rim.
So you're
Wow.
gonna sell the 3 you've got spare as spares.
They're gone already.
Okay.
I actually gave them back to my dealer,
Okay.
and he gave me these other ones. So they'll do for now. I would
Yeah,
like
okay.
something more sporty, but the price was right.
Was it free?
Well, nothing's free. I mean, I pay for it at the back end somewhere, but Anyway, I'm sure, considering I owe him probably I owe him my firstborn and half my house these days.
Surely he owes
Nothing.
you something. He made him buy. He made you buy a Range Rover off him.
He didn't make
So-
me do anything.
I think he knows that he's got money coming back to him.
I'm seeing him through his retirement. Yeah, so that was done, and then we did something very grown up this week. We got our wills done.
I'm surprised
to
you
say-
haven't had something like that sorted out. You're such an old man.
You know what? I hate to say it, but we just hadn't got. We have known for a long time. It's been that sort of, we got to get that. We got to sort them out. We got to sort them out. And just every sort of little while, it's just like, yeah, okay, we got to sort them out. We really need to get them done. And you
Just
know
a
what?
bit
Before you
boring,
know-
isn't it?
Before you know it, well, it's not only that it's boring. Obviously, you need to find a chunk and change to get it done too, right? And it's
Everything
just
goes to the donkey sanctuary.
yeah, that's right. I should just write it on a napkin and just stuck it on the wall. That
Thing
would
is,
have
what-
been
Who
easier,
wants
yeah.
my debt?
You have to get someone to keep your will. Is that what you pay for, basically?
No.
you-
I think the
no.
money. Well, the money we've paid has gone to the lawyer drafting it up and going through it. We had a secondary. We had our yeah. Anyway, if you haven't got a will done, basically you should get it done, right? It's
Yeah.
easy for me to say that now that I've got mine done, but I also knew that people had said that to me before. And like, look, if you die, you're leaving a fuck ton of mess for everyone, right? It's not that it doesn't get sorted out; it just is not straightforward,
Have
as
you
it could
chosen
be.
an executor, if you will?
Yeah, I
Or
mean,
is
we
that
have
just-
all that.
just-
We got
yeah.
executors, whatever. You put
What is the executor bit? It's a bit like,
Who
Obviously that-
divides the assets?
but like
Equity,
a
like
lawyer,
equal.
basically.
No, it
no,
doesn't-
no.
doesn't have
Which
to be a lot.
family member is going to be in charge, basically? Of
Yeah.
so it's extended family, and then there's guardians for the kids, and then provisions for the kids up into who has a say up into what ages. So it's not overly straightforward, and you can do it yourself. But here's the kicker: if you want to do it yourself, you have to fucking do it yourself, and that is something you really don't want to do. I tried to get. I have it here. It's somewhere in here. The Make Your Own Will book, which I said to my wife one time. I went, and this was a few years ago. I'll do it, and then just,
Yeah.
fucking just
Well, my wife gets
Um,
discount because through her work. That's why she was like, "Oh, we could get a discounted will done." So we should probably do that. I was like, "Yeah," and this is as far as we've ever got because she did some stuff, and I had an email, and I read the
Right.
email, and went, "We get around to doing that at some point."
right. So you haven't done them either, right?
no,
So yeah,
but it's just
and
bizarre
it's
that you
fun-
said about this that we've just done them in the last week or 2 weeks or whatever as well.
Oh, you have just done them. All
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
Well, we
okay.
haven't
Yeah,
fully
yeah.
done them. I haven't actually written one out or anything.
Well, you don't have to write it out. That's the beauty of going to the lawyer. You just go. They
Right,
go.
yeah.
What's your name and where do you live? Who do you want
Yeah.
to do this? Who do you want to do that? Who do you want
Right.
to do that?
When
And
you
then she-
die, when she dies, when everybody dies in your family, when
Yeah.
everybody dies in your family and the extended family, what like
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
you've all gone on holiday. It's been a horrific crash. Like what's yeah.
Well, it
What's the
feels
path
like
of everything?
we're not having to pay a shitload of money. Put it that way. I don't think.
Yeah, well,
So-
that's great. Take advantage of that while
yeah,
you can.
that's what I said.
Because you just need to do it. Like again, it is just a piece of paper, but it's quite a few pieces of
But
paper.
what
and
happens
it's
with
not
the
as-
piece of paper once you've written it?
So my lawyer has copies of it.
Yeah.
So do you
Well,
not
we
have to
have
pay them
copies-
to keep it then for like the
No.
next, hopefully,
Nah, she's
40,
got it.
50
She's got it
years?
somewhere. No, she's got it somewhere, or whatever. I have just paid her to do that, right? So yeah, I mean, I paid her a lump sum, so I have paid her to do that.
Could you just
right?
not like pay
it's
for a
yeah.
website or something and just stick it online and that's it?
Yeah, I guess you could. Yeah.
This
I
is
mean,
my last
except,
will and testament.
Yeah, except I don't really want my children to read the will and see how disappointing it's going to be for them when they find out it's all gone to the dog. Yeah, so that was the grown-up thing that we did this week. So there you go.
no, it's very depressing, but
Could be
I
done.
really find it. I didn't find it depressing to do. I find it. I'm. Oh,
Probably
I'll tell you
more and
what,
more
yeah,
depressing the older you get, I guess.
I just remembered something else I've got to talk about. 'Cause I didn't. I'm finding that I'm remarkably. I think I'm remarkably pragmatic, right? When it comes to something like a will, or whatever, like shit just needs to get done, right? I seem to be quite good at focusing myself and taking away any sort of emotion of the process. And the example is this week as well. My neighbor knocked on the door. My kids come. Was I online with you? I was playing Hunt with. Oh, I think I was playing Hunt with Matt. The neighbor knocked on the door and she said, "Just wondering if you can help me with a personal matter." Like, okay, watch Neil's face. Don't say it. Go on.
I didn't
just
say
it.
it. I didn't go. I
You're
hadn't gone
such a
anywhere.
liar.
I hadn't gone anywhere.
Right. It was going. It was going. Anyway, I was like, yeah, of course. No problem. I'll do whatever. And she just goes, yeah, well, we've had some mice in the house and I've caught one in the trap, but I'm terrified of it. Can you get rid of it for me? I was like, yeah, sure, whatever, like that. And I went in it, but it was the glue trap, so the mouse was still like alive on the glue trap, whatever, like that. And I was like, oh, that's pretty grim. I mean, I'll just tell you right now.
Are they more humane then? Are they?
No.
I would have preferred that it was just a dead mouse with its back snapped, right, in a
Pumping
trap.
some
That would have been
dubstep out or something.
That would have been nicer. But yeah, unfortunately, I had threw it in the bag that she gave me. I picked it up, threw it in the bag. I looked at the mouse and I was like, oh, that's not nice. Like it was struggling.
But you suffocated it, did you?
Actually, I took it into my garage and I got my tool chest and I smashed it down on top of it and obliterated him into nothing.
Good. That's great.
Could you go into a little bit more detail?
Well, I mean, again, this is back to the point of being pragmatic. It was like I could just throw him in the bin, but then he's just still suffering.
He's going to starve to death.
I said I have to put him out of his misery, right? And then I was just like,
you could have just let him go.
Well,
cut around the little bits of glue paper on his feet and just let him fuck off.
That was not going to happen. And what? Give him a little bath.
Give him a little cheese.
Maybe a little bit of cheese or a little bit of bread or something like that. Send him on his way. In fact, invite him in to live.
You could just give him a little house in the corner. You could have a pet mouse
in the kitchen, right? Right next to all the food. That's where he'd like it. No, I didn't want him to suffer, but it was again, I was like, what do I do? What can I? How do I
come around and go? I'll get rid of it for you. And slammed it in the middle of the house with a fucking big shovel or something. Like, you're right, cleaning that up, are you?
Yeah. I just have to be just be pragmatic, right? Just like, oh shit, I can draw this out and try and figure out a way, or I can just fucking grab that and smash him. And it was just like, grab it, smash him.
Did he look at you? Did he look at you?
Right.
Well, he was like looking at you.
The problem is,
squeak.
why did they put them down, the glue traps, knowing that they're going to have a not a humane death?
Well, it's not humane.
Look at the traps and go. There's going to be a live mouse at the end of it.
Well, no, I don't. But I don't know. I don't know that they care, right?
Right.
They haven't thought that much about it.
She definitely, I think she definitely does not like mice, right? So it's anyway. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's whatever.
I'd just say just get a normal mouse trap. Because are
they any good though?
Mouse traps. Yeah, of course.
I know someone actually made like a play about it or anything.
I would imagine that the glue traps are probably more successful at grabbing the mice, right?
Do you have to put a lump of cheese on the piece of paper for them to go around?
I don't know. I'm
just eating the cheese already.
Dude, I'm traumatized I'm trying to suppress the trauma of smashing the shit out of a mouse.
Well, you fucking brought it up.
Oh, I didn't want to do it. I'm trying to look. This is therapy.
Well, anyway, there we go. That took a turn, didn't it? Speaking of wills, and all of a sudden you're smashing the shit out of a mouse.
Well, I didn't want to.
Did you do the will for the mouse?
I inherited all the mouses.
Insides.
Well,
yeah. Bodily goods.
No, I just remember as well when I was a kid, my dad, birds had nested upstairs in the not in the guttering, but under the guttering, between the house and the guttering.
Yeah, they do that, fuckers.
And my dad
is it a house martins?
I don't remember what they were. This is when I was a kid. This was when I was young, and I remember my dad pulled the nest out or whatever, and just put a piece of newspaper over the top, and just got a hammer and just smashed all the birds, right? And I get it. I get it.
That's a bit grim. Dad.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was like, that's a bit grim, but I get it.
Did you need to do that in front of me?
Well, at the same time, it's like, you should. No, I appreciate it. Like, don't sugarcoat it, right? It's just, I don't know.
Just going to put these in the bush out the back of the garden. Fraser.
I
Don't
mean,
worry about
the
it.
funny the
Bang,
funny thing
bang,
is, I
bang.
mean, in the great scheme of things, you know, with all the horrors in the world or whatever, I mean that people go through, like it's nothing, is it? But it's just bonkers. It's just
Yeah.
weird.
We had to put a pigeon
I-
in a box in the garden because it had got a busted wing. And we got the RSPCA round, and I reckon he just fucking broke its neck in the car.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or just like walked out and just put it straight in the bin. I was
Yeah.
like, ah, fuck it.
Yeah.
No, I remember there was squirrels, baby squirrels in a tree that my dad chopped down, and they were proper like just pinkies. They were just literally just babies. And it's like, ah, fuck it. He chucked the nest out just into the garden, and the crows came down and ate them. I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's the same here. I was walking down the end of the street, and some kid was just like, there's a guy and a lady, and was it a lady or a lady and her daughter or something like that? They found this injured squirrel, baby squirrel or whatever like that. And they're like, "What should we do?" And I'm like, "Just leave it, right? Leave it and let nature take its course." I mean, what else you gonna do?
Someone will be along for it soon. Don't worry.
Yeah, it won't go to waste. Don't worry.
You might have had a bear invasion or something. Though.
The doggy dog world.
Yeah, we.
Yeah, you did have Samson with you, did you? Oh, thank you very much.
No, you can. I think.
What are we going to do with it? And the dog's like, and you're like, if you just walk round the corner, we can deal with that for you.
I'll sort it out. Yeah, I'll sort it out for you. All right. Moving on from
Murdering animals.
murdering animals. Yeah.
Animal cruelty, yeah.
What have you got for us, Neil?
I had my smart meter put in.
Ooh, things are getting more exciting.
It was exciting.
How smart is it? Has it got AI in it?
It was not that smart, is it?
Well,
Because, I mean, smart, everything is not that smart, really, is it? It's just a word that people use for internet connected, basically.
That's right. Yeah.
But yeah, it's in. The guy was nice. He wasn't here that long. There was no aggro. My power was off for maybe half an hour while he did the electric one, and then he did the gas one. There was a little bit of a gas smell for a little while, but that was totally normal. And
awesome.
now I can check. Well, actually, no, I can't because it's not fully. It takes time for these things to work. Obviously, they've had loads of put in at the same time. I guess you'd think electronic stuff just happens and it just picks it up quick. They sent me a bill. And I'd used £29 worth of gas, but no electric. I was like, oh, here we go. I'm just waiting for the 125 grand bill to come through from the fucking electric next month.
Yeah.
So hopefully next month we won't get a silly bill and it'll actually be all right. Because obviously I had a meter. I took pictures of it the day he was coming, just in case there was any aggro. I was like, when I said, are you sending the readings through of the whatever it says the meter says now? He was like, yeah, I'll do that as part. I was like, okay. I said, I did take a picture earlier. I said, but the tumble dryer's been on since then, so it's probably done another 10. But
yeah, that's when you smash like everything. Like you do all your batteries and you put like 3 or 4 loads just on a tumble dryer.
But yeah, now I can, because we've got you get a little display, an in-home display, IHD. So you can see how much electric you're using. Yeah. So when I turned, like everything was off, and I was like, right, okay, it's around 200 watts when basically nothing's happening in the house. So anything that's
using that,
well, like the fridge, the freezer, whatever's on, basically all plugged in all the time.
Yeah, I guess.
And bits and bobs, that's like 200 watts. Or it did go slightly lower than that in the middle of the night. It was like 160 or something. I was like, okay, I think that's okay for like things that are plugged in or whatever that you might like my smart speakers, and I guess the Wi-Fi light bulbs are using some sort of electric, even though they're not really doing anything. It's very low. I
believe the term is vampiric devices.
It is. You're correct.
Convenience.
Yeah. But like my PlayStation's in standby mode and things like that, so that's using like 10 watts or whatever while it's in standby mode. I don't know what it is, but when you turn things on now, like you can go and see how much you're using. Like, so I turned the PlayStation on and went running upstairs, and I was like, ooh, that went up quite a bit. Because obviously the TV came on at the same time, and so when the Skybox went, when I was watching TV, I look over and I'm like, oh, that's not too bad. A couple of 100 watts, that's all right for the TV, and I was like, put my Sonos dining room speakers on. That was about 40 watts or whatever. I was like, okay, that's not too bad. Because, yeah, they're plugged in all the time, obviously. So there's things like that are vampiric devices. And then I turned my computer on and went, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, once that, it's okay when it's just on. Like my boy's computer was on, it's like using about 50 watts while it was tapping away or like doing his homework or whatever. And then when I turned Hunt Showdown on or whatever, I went upstairs and went, fuck, that's using quite a lot of electric all the time that I'm playing video games. So, yeah, maybe it's my fault we use a shitload of electric.
How much is it per hour, your electricity these days?
Per hour?
Kilowatt hour.
Oh, I can't remember actually. It's 40 odd p a day, isn't it? 40 odd p standing charge, I think, and then 25 per kilowatt hour, I think.
Yeah. Yes.
So,
Yeah.
but it's changing.
yes.
It's going up in fucking a few days.
High power graphics cards
Yes.
use high power.
Some of them are, I mean, relative to the older high power graphics cards, these are bullshit. That's bullshit. They're more efficient. You're getting much, much more out of them per watt. But now they're doing so much, they are using lots of watts. So,
Yes. Yeah, if we were trying to do the same thing that we were doing back then,
yeah,
we'd be sipping the electricity.
it would
but
be like putting
unfortunately-
the kettle on. That's like, well, it's a 3 kilowatt kettle, so it goes, holy shit, don't have that running all day. And then you put the oven on, and it's like 2 kilowatts or whatever. Yeah. So it's interesting to see.
What graphics card do you have?
I have a 3080.
3080, about 332 watts.
Yeah,
When it's fully.
that's when it's
When it's-
maxed.
When it's working.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
it's
So when it's
cranking.
just doing what it's doing now, it's probably not using that much.
Yeah, you're up there.
Yeah. What's a 4080? So I think I
Let's
might
look
need
at
a bigger.
4060.
I think I need a bigger
47,
power
yeah.
supply.
4060, which I have, has a power, it's 110 watts, so a third.
Yeah. Well, I see something graphics card related here. Current related. Their leaks have come out for the 5090, which is the
I saw something
the
about that.
next big boy NVIDIA card,
Right.
and it's something like insane compared to the 4090. It's like comes with 32 gigabytes of VRAM, I think, which is it's 24 gig, I think, on the 4090. And it's just, it makes the 4090 look shit, apparently. I'm like, well, that's going to be about fucking 3,000 quid then, isn't it?
Of course it is, yeah. Who's that for then? It's not for me.
Oh, yeah, no. Well, no, not many people need a 4090 unless you're running like a 4K, 240 hertz or something insane. But yeah,
I'm more than pleased with my 4060, I can tell you. That thing is great.
yeah, you're running 1080p
Bumble.
still, aren't you? That's the thing.
Living in the 1080p slum.
Can't even remember what I'm running. Fucking hell.
You're right.
What the hell?
Although I will run 4K on my TV if I need to.
You PC.
Yeah.
You can run Balatro in 4K.
Yes. 60
I'm
frames too.
running.
Nice.
I literally cannot remember. Fucking
What are you trying to remember here?
What your graphics
hell.
card
What
is?
my graphics card is?
Is it a,
a
it's a 70?
570?
No, that's well old, Dave, a
Is
570.
it? Oh,
You've got like a 7800 or something.
Yeah, you play in that other weird
You've got the
Graphics
AMD
card.
weird
lane,
ones.
doesn't he?
graphics card.
The AMD fanboy.
I can't remember.
Yeah, so I only did a couple of other things this week. I finished watching the Last of Us TV show because obviously they released a trailer for season 2, and I was like, you know what?
I didn't even realize. I thought you'd watched it.
I should watch the last 2 episodes that have been sitting there for about fucking 8 months that unwatched. But I haven't.
They
I
Oh,
were
haven't
that's
watched.
just
right. I
one.
forgot that you did start it, but then you
Yeah.
dropped off.
But it was just like I'm going to watch. I basically, you kind of knew what happened anyway. It was just like, oh, let me
Right.
just fucking
Oh,
get it
yeah,
over and done
compared
with.
to
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, season 2 coming 2025, which is not that fucking long now. It doesn't sound real. 2025. But yeah, it's in about 3 months. And so yeah, I finished that off, and I was like, oh yeah, it reminded me of all the things that happened at the end of the game, and the whole bit at the end, which I know from playing the second game, and watching the TV show. I have no memory of whatsoever of playing it at all. The last bit I remember happens in the second from last episode of the TV show. I was like, yeah, I remember this bit. And then the whole bit at the end, I was like, I don't remember it at all. I must have been so pissed when I played it.
I don't think so. I think this is all down to, I mean, this is almost another conversation, but I've had this conversation a couple of times this week. Just, you know, as you get older, it's just fucking remembering shit. It's just not important, right?
Well, I've got
It's just
nothing else
like-
to worry about these days.
Yeah, but I mean, like we started watching the Rings of Power, and the second series, which Dave obviously doesn't like. He's turning his nose up at it. I like it. It's all right. You know, I'm okay with it. But they did a recap of the first season, and like there were massive points where you're like, that is a big event that happened there. And my wife and I were going, we don't remember that at all. Like so I don't know. I just don't seem to care anymore as
I think
much.
that's the thing, isn't it? If you care, you'll remember. If you don't, you haven't got a fucking school.
I totally believe that. I think it's not so much just about memory loss; it's about caring less.
We're having this. Dave's playing Balatro apparently.
No,
Just go.
I'm literally just.
Fucking hell.
No, I started my Steam Deck.
Right.
Just
So
because I saw there was an update.
related to that, it's my boy's GCSE year. So like we've been like having the whole. You've got to fucking concentrate on your schoolwork this year. Like I said to him, one thing I said to him the other day I was like, in 20 years' time, mate, no one's going to give a shit who you beat on fucking FIFA or how you did at FPL, but someone might actually give a fuck about how you do at school in 20 years' time, including you. So you've got to fucking concentrate on school more than fucking FPL and all that bollocks that you're obsessed with. It's like, put some of that effort into school. It's important for the next 3 years that you fucking concentrate. And then after 3 years' time, hopefully you've done something good and you got the choice whether you want to go to university or become a lazy fuck and do nothing, like my daughter.
But then you're not my problem. So
No,
fuck
she
off.
is my problem because she still lives here.
Well,
Yeah,
it
they
doesn't have to
see
be a
that-
problem.
I think that you and I are 100% interchangeable today. You could literally come and just be in my position, and likewise, both of us have had very similar conversations with members of our family.
So there we are. That. But he's been ill
Great
this week as
parenting.
well.
Oh, bless him.
Bum. He's had 3 days off school. Fucking pain in the ass. Not from like, it's just a pain in the ass because he's not getting like we had a big opening evening. If like every day you miss at school, that's 5 lessons. If you miss 3 days, that's 15 lessons. That's quite a lot of lessons. And if one of those lessons happens to be in the exam, then you ain't done the lesson. So it's crucial that you get as many of your lessons done this year
Yes.
in particular.
This is how school works.
Yes, and he's had quite a lot of time off with things and pieces and like fucking football injuries and belly aches and God knows whatever. So
The funny thing is, which is just great, is that we were just the exact same. I don't know. I just like I wasn't any different. Like
what at school
it's just
as a kid?
no. I was no different, right? I fucking hated school. Didn't want to do it. Didn't study enough until my dad brought the hammer down on me. Like it's just the circle of life. I mean,
Yeah.
fuck the Lion King, right? That's not the circle of life. The circle of life is doing shit things when you're a kid, getting shouted at a lot, and then fucking being the parent, and then
Doing
that's
it
your
to your kid.
training. Yeah, right. That's the training. That's fucking.
That's
simple.
the circle of life.
It's not
Yeah.
fucking. It's not the lion holding up the cub above.
Well,
the
maybe
cliff
it is
top.
if you're in the royal
It's the-
family.
It's
don't
the
know.
dad running around with the wooden spoon, getting ready to beat some sense into you.
It's more Simpsons than fucking Windsor family for sure.
I'm glad that you guys have had this because I've had a nightmare this week. Honestly, my daughter this week. The problem with my daughter is she's very intelligent, and she's so intelligent. And when she puts her mind to something, she's dead set on it. Homeschooling, like I'm gonna be homeschooled, and I've like applied, and she's actually gone through and started the process.
She has.
Yeah.
How do
So
that means one of you's got a fucking teacher?
No, no.
It just means
No.
being schooled outside of the school, right?
Yeah. So we've started getting emails. I'm like, what the fuck is this? What what's going on? Like from the council. From
Oh,
the
you didn't
school.
even know it was going on. She is
Shit.
something else, eh?
We were like, what the fuck is this? And yeah, it started, and we went absolutely mental. Obviously,
Yeah.
it was like this is you, because she's not happy at school, and there's a number of reasons why not happy at school. One of the reasons is she's bored.
Mm.
And she's good at convincing, but it was like no. But this was at the start of the week. This is at the end of the week, and we're yeah, it's been a thing.
The thing that just sorry from an outsider
Yeah.
looking in to me and from a friend and a parent, it sounds to me exactly like that's one of those things where you're just like, that is completely outrageous, right? And it not
Mm.
okay on almost any level,
Mm.
right? That you did that. But there's a part of you that just goes, I totally respect that you did that. And in fact, there's a little bit of me that is just like, that is amazing. And you are an awesome little
Yeah,
person, right? I mean,
bastard.
Little
it's
fucker.
just,
yeah. And yeah, I wholeheartedly disagree with it because my school experience was I was there with my mates and we had a fucking good time, and I've had I've all 90% of my mates are from school. And that's where we bonded, and I wasn't always friends with them at school. It's out after school, and because I knew them, and it's the sort of the people that you meet and the contacts, and you come back to them later, and you have yeah. I've got some good mates now that I wasn't friends with at school, but because I knew
You
them
knew
and we
them
were in
from school,
similar
yeah.
circles, we've met up again since then, and we've become good friends.
there's a benefit to socializing.
Yeah, it's not what you know; it's who you know. There's
Yeah.
a lot of things with the business world. Um, but
See that what is very funny is that I have discussions with my daughter about school, and they are pretty much about the evils of socializing. Will you please concentrate on your schoolwork?
oh, that is that as well. You yes, you
Well, the
you're
thing
there to
is,
learn,
I
and
mean, do you want her at home? Do you want, ultimately, do you want her to be homeschooled and have that, or do you want to go put her in this institution that you pay your taxes for, right? Heavily,
yeah.
and she's out of the house for 8 hours of the day, right?
So yeah, it's honestly, if there's a military school, I'll just put her in that. Like,
You never know, right? That would be like maybe something that would absolutely float her boat, right?
maybe. But yeah, like she's
Strong women and strong women can do well in the military, that's for sure.
yeah, like I don't know. It's so frustrating because like if she just if she put her put her energy into actually learning and like taking school seriously, she'll be fucking mega.
Yeah.
But nah,
People,
like she's more, she puts her energy in being annoyed and doesn't want to be there than actually doing the work and yeah, everything else. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one in the boat
Yes,
about
it's that age.
schooling.
It's that
no
age.
way, man. No way. You just grab anyone with kids and you scratch,
Yeah.
scratch at everyone.
Couple
Everyone.
of weeks after going back to school after the summer holidays, and yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe we should start we should have a new parental therapy section that we
Just like a spin-off podcast.
spin-off says parent.
Stupid shit my kids have done this week.
Okay.
I've got one more
Anything-
thing. We
Okay.
played a board game adjacent game.
Okay.
We bought, or my wife had a voucher for the board game shop, I think it's called, or the board game store. I can't remember.
Well, if you could clear that up, please, because we need to know the truth.
Well, it's a board game shop in this country. I can tell you that much. It's like in Southend. I remember that much. but we didn't actually go there. They've got an online presence. We ordered. She had a voucher for 30 quid, so we bought 2 boxes of something called Unlocked, of which there are many boxes. But it is like an escape room type experience, but it's all done through cards. There's no, like, we've had these things before, do at home ones, and it's been like, cut all these bits of paper out, write on this and that. So basically, once you've done it, it's fucked and you can't give it to anyone else. Whereas these are card based, literally like it's a deck of 60 cards in the game, and it's like you read the fucking first card and it says turn it over, and on the card there's like certain numbers that you need to pull out the cards for. And you flip them all over and you have to put some cards together to solve a puzzle, blah blah blah. And we were fucking shit at it for quite a while. Mainly because we'd missed one card that we needed. And it was like, because it's all done through an app as well. You have the deck of cards and you download an app on the phone. It acts as a timer, and you like some of the cards will be like a machine, inverted commas, that you go press the machine button, put like the 3-digit code or whatever's on the card, and it'll bring up the thing that you have to press the right buttons or whatever on your phone to like, and it'll give you like another card number or whatever to pull out of the deck. And it was actually, once we found the right fucking card that we needed, was actually pretty good. But we were fucking stuck for ages. And because after a while, it's obviously it's pinged up on the phone. There's a hidden object there's a hidden number in the corner of the room, and we were looking at it and going, we just couldn't fucking see it. I was like, what the fucking hell does that mean? So it obviously knows, like, if you haven't done something in such a certain period of time, it gives you these hints. Like
Have you died, or do you need a clue?
like the person in a real escape room shouts over the microphone, "Have you checked this?" or something. If you're looking really dense, I don't know. It's never happened to us in a real escape room. But yeah, it was actually really good app, because we've had someone with apps before and they've just been shit. But this one was good. It was called Unlocked, and there, like I say, there are multiple. There's 3 games in a box, and I think it was about 25 quid, which is a lot cheaper than a real escape room. I don't know if you know how much they are. They're a lot of money. If there's 4 of you, for example, for an hour entertainment, it's like 100 quid. What?
There was a period. The escape room buzz lasted for about, I don't know, I think it was 2017 to 2019.
Pre-COVID.
COVID, pretty much pre-COVID. Yeah, we were doing them with the kids for birthdays and stuff.
Yeah.
I've done them twice. I don't ever need to do one again.
Some of them are good. Good ones are good. Shit ones are really shit. So,
you want to now do the rage rooms?
What's
rage
that?
rooms?
Where you can just let it all out.
Just go and smash everything up.
It's filled with plates and cups, like glass things, and you can take in like monitors and like they've got glass tables and stuff, and yeah, you get a weapon of choice and 10 minutes of just
and some goggles, I hope, some safety gear.
yeah. Gloves,
and you have to sign a disclaimer before you go in.
yeah raid rooms, or
make sure you've written a will before you go in the rage room.
Yeah, I could get behind that. A bat and a monitor. That sounds all right.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, so Unlocked.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the name of the game.
The name of the game. Dave, you had quiz. Did you do that?
I did do a quiz. I did a quiz on Thursday. No, not Thursday. Tuesday.
Was it at your gym?
No, not at the gym. It was at
the motorbike shop.
Yeah. At the local pub with my sister and my brother-in-law. We did well. We thought we did well. We didn't come last, but we were second to last.
Wow.
But
you do surprise me, Dave, considering your performance on our quizzes recently.
I was very drunk at the end.
That's what you're supposed to do at the quiz.
Yeah, I was like 4 or 5 pints.
Were you chanting at the people who came last? That's how drunk you were. Second from last in the quiz. You'll never sing that.
No, it was a good night. It was a good night. Yeah, it was nice to catch up. It was more of a catch up and a and yeah, just have a night out. But yeah, I think we're going again next week.
Ooh.
But again, well, you can see if I'm
What were
not
the
very.
subjects? What were the subjects in your quiz?
There was just lots of random stuff. There was a few on like
General
current
knowledge,
affairs,
would you call that?
general knowledge, some TV, some films, like current
It's a classic
events.
quiz. Classic pub quiz.
Classic peers quiz. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff from the week previously. But yeah, nothing too random. There was a few. There was one round that was completely random. There was like just off the wall, sort of really odd questions. But other than that, it was yeah, it's quite sort of generic and current. Oh yeah, it's good.
Good.
Yeah.
The
right.
website
Enjoyed it.
that we got the thing from was called theboardgamehut.co.uk.
Oh my god, it wasn't even a shop or a store.
It's an actual shop. That's just its fucking name.
Yeah, I know. All right, let's move on then to what we've been playing.
Right.
Someone should do a jingle to do that.
I'm gonna just step away for a sec.
I have 2 seconds for a pee break.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah.
We're back in a
Yeah,
bit.
Back in the move.
Neil.
You're good to go.
Okay. Right, let's move on then to what we've been playing. Anybody want to go first?
I got quite a lot of stuff on my thing.
Come on then. Let's start sifting
Is that
through
all
it.
one name? That first one.
Yeah, it's all one name.
It's quite a long
We have
name.
absolutely gibbered for a long time today. All right,
So-
let's go.
Cosmoteer, Starship Architect, and Commander game.
Oh my god.
This is getting copy and pasted.
It's early access. It's basically a top-down 2D spaceship game where you design the ships and you embark on missions and travel around solar systems, do the missions, do mining,
You know what this looks like?
upgrade your ship. What's it look like?
FTL. In the
Yeah,
spaceship
it does
bit.
look a bit like a FTL. It's not so story based, but you do travel between different systems. There's basically you've got to control your people, like get crew on your ship, and then manage the energy. The energy is quite interested in that. The energy is produced in like a central location and then physically moved by your crew to the areas, say to weapons which have to be manned and powered, or shields, or engines, and they all require power. It seems like everything's physical. So if there's like ammo that's needed, you need to have a place where ammo is stored and then moved into the weapon that's firing. Unless it's an energy weapon, that it needs energy. But yeah, it's an interesting little game.
It looks
I've had
all right.
Yeah, I've
From
had it
what
on my
I can
wish list.
see there.
I've had it on my wish list for ages. I did play like a very early demo before it actually went on to Steam years ago. And I just saw it. It's there's been quite a lot of updates this year on it, and I thought, oh, sod it, I'll put some money down. I get it's quite easy, sort of. No, it's not easy. It's an easy to play single player. There is multiplayer aspects to it if you want to, but I'm just playing it single player. Just enjoying just going around the missions, creating new ships, and there's loads of different pre-built ships, and they do lots of building, shipbuilding sort of design competitions that you can put in for. And yeah, there's loads of weird and wacky things there. It's just easy to play and just fun. So yeah, I thought I'll talk about it this week.
What is it called again?
Cosmoteer, Starship Architect, and Commander.
All right. Because no one will remember that from the start.
No. I bought it. It wasn't on sale, but I bought it as part of a bundle with 2 other games that I already had, so it was discounted.
Discounted for you because you owned the other.
Oh, Dyson
Yeah.
Sphere.
Dyson Sphere
And Space Engineers.
Space Engineers. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's the one.
See?
So because I already had those, it was discounted.
Yeah.
It was so weird how they do that, but yeah.
I've had that a few times where I bought something because it was in a bundle. I was like, it's like 20% off, even though I own the other thing already.
Yeah.
All
So,
right.
yeah.
What was I going to say? Oh, Space Engineers. Is that what it's called?
Space Engineers is
That's
another
on
game. Yeah.
PS Plus Extra.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, I've put quite a lot of time in that with Sean,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I remember.
friend of the show.
I think even I played that for a bit too.
Yeah, it's good. Basically a 3D version of this.
Yeah. That was
Basically.
fucking. Leave your friend
was-
stranded in space as you fail to turn around your behemoth of a spaceship that you've created and go, I don't know what I'm doing.
Do you want to go next on something, Neil?
I can do. I can. Where do I go here? Okay, we'll talk about Halls of Torment, which I have spoken about a couple of years ago, probably. Because we bought it when it was in early
Halls of
access.
Torment. Oh,
Halls,
okay,
Halls of
Halls.
Torment. As in the first room you enter your house in the front, from the front door, generally. Yeah, Halls of Torment, which came out somewhat time after the big Vampire Survivors craze, and is one of those, but it's a bit different. Not really. It's got nicer graphics, I suppose. It's more detailed graphics. They look like, rather than like a relatively flat area that you get in Vampires. It's still like, there does appear to be a bit of 3D, but I think it's still largely sprite based.
Oh.
And yeah, it says Diablo inspired Bullet Heaven is one of the YouTube videos.
Right, okay.
But yeah, it's a bit Vampire Survivors / Diablo. It's a bit retro looking compared to like new Diablo for sure. But yeah, you would pick a class, and there's like a big guy with a sword and an archer to start with, and you walk around. You can put it into full auto aim mode, so you can flick a switch, so that you don't have to point. But basically, you can run around sort of twin sticking it. So you use the left stick to move where your character face goes, and then your weapons will automatically fire at a certain rate,
Right.
whichever way you're
Okay,
pointing the stick.
everybody knows that. Okay, so here's the question then.
Go on then.
How is it different from Vampire Survivors, and why should anyone play it? Excuse me.
It's been a while since I played Vampire Survivors, to be fair.
Yeah, but we all played quite a lot of it, though.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just another one that's a bit different.
Well, there you go, right?
But it's enjoyable to play. It's not. I mean, it doesn't get insane. Well, at least the ones I've played. I've only played the first level quite a few times again this week, and unlocked a couple more characters. But you get you level up so often. Like it does the whole thing. Like you get to a point and you get to choose one of your upgrades, and it'll be like move faster, fire your weapon faster, make your weapon do a bigger spread. Lots of similar things. And then there's just a different aesthetic and vibe going, I guess, and it's easier, I think, is the key part of it to actually finish the first level and kill the big boss at the end. Because, like, the Vampire Survivors boss, let's be honest, like, you get to the first challenge in Vampire Survivors to get to 30 minutes, and that took ages. But once you got to 30 minutes, you were like, oh, this is easy. But then as soon as you get to 30 minutes, you just die instantly, basically. Until you suss out some clever shit. But the bosses in this are not like, because that guy was just like, come in and like rocking home and you'd be dead within a fraction of a second, basically. This is more like you have a chance to fight the boss in this game and finish the boss. It's now hit 1.0, basically. So there's like however many levels, and loads of different characters and stuff like that. So it's okay. It's nothing bad about it. It's all right. I haven't played Vampire Survivors for ages, and I'm like, I probably won't play that again, but I might play this again because it's got a different aesthetic, and of
It's cheap anyway.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
It's, under
it's
five.
Vampire
it's under-
Survivors price.
Yeah.
Um,
There you go. More of the same then, I guess, right?
well, like we'll see. I've only played the first level a few times this week, so I've got one more level I've unlocked. So you need to finish each level to unlock the next one, I guess. But
Well, I do have it. So
yeah. I've unlocked a mage as my third character. I didn't get on with. I haven't used the archer recently this week. I just used the sword guy and unlocked a mage, and then used the mage and beat the first level again with the mage. So the first level's pretty easy, it would appear, and like you get mini bosses all the way through, and they've got like you can see the health bar underneath them. There's a lot more sort of detail, I guess, versus Vampire Survivors. There's a lot of, as I recall, there wasn't any energy bars and shit like that on any of the bosses. You just kind of kept hitting them until they died, as far as I remember. But there was lots of weird secrets in Vampire Survivors, which was the cool shit. Like, just go, oh, what? Like, there was little puzzles that you just kind of pick up on as you went through, which was the magic, I guess, of Vampire Survivors. And this is like, you when you kill a boss, you unlock extra abilities, or sometimes they give you like a piece of armor, which gives you boons to your movement or damage or what have you. But the thing is, if you want to reuse that piece of armor again, you have to pop to this point in the level called the well and choose to send it up the well back to your thing, and then you can pick it at the beginning of a run. So you can so there's all these like,
so you can bank it for later.
Yeah. But if you don't drop it in the well, which obviously you then lose it on that run, then that's it. You might get it once and then never get it again. But if so you have to like make that choice in your run. Like, do I want to keep this? Do I want to use it again? Will it work on another character really well? Blah blah blah. So it's all right. I like it so far. It was fun, and it's, I don't know. It's not Hollow Knight. It's not fucking kicking your ass all the time.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Okay. It was all right.
All right. That was Halls of Torment.
Torment.
Neil, you better go with another. You got a few here.
Well, I went back and played some Spider-Man 2 on PS5. I played a lot of Gran Turismo again.
I thought you finished it.
No. I've played 7 hours of Spider-Man 2, it says on my phone. And I've played 9 hours of the other game I've got to talk about, which has only been out about 2 weeks. So yeah, I was like, I finished another game, and I was like, what should I do? I don't know what to do. Fucking play it. Getting a bit of a funk at the minute about what game to play. So I was like, everyone goes on about Spider-Man 2, so I was playing that. And yeah, it's like really nice graphics, really good, really smooth. But fuck me, does it piss me off when I die as Spider-Man? You go on about Dark Souls, but I die more in Spider-Man 2 than I die in fucking Dark Souls. To just like this is massive scrap, and there's people shooting at you and fucking punching you and shit like that, and you're dodging and doing this, and you're like, and it's like press down to heal, and I'm like, and then you press down to heal, it's like, ooh, I haven't got enough of that. I'm like, well, don't fucking tell me to heal when I haven't got enough shit to heal. So it's a weird emotional cycle I'm going through playing Spider-Man 2.
It sounds like you're going through the menopause.
Fuck it. Like, I know it's good, but at the same time, it fucking winds me up dying. Because I'm like, I'm fucking Spider-Man. I shouldn't be dying to some fucking noddy group of twats that Spider-Man can kick their ass with his eyes closed. But yeah, they've all got these fucking
skill issue.
Yeah, it is, clearly is a skill issue. Because also, like, I'm 7 hours in, so like, and then gone back to it. And I'm like, yeah. So it's like, I can't remember all the fucking shit I've unlocked. And it's like, ugh, fucking annoying. And you know what? I don't really like. It's fucking comic book bollocks, story shit. Like, I just don't care about the story. I don't care about the story in the slightest. I'm just like, I don't care.
All right.
Don't care about Harry, your relationship, Harry and fucking Peter Parker. Yeah, they all feel like they're about 12, but they're like, I don't know, 20 or something. Just feels a bit school kid.
Okay, this is just a rant now.
Yeah.
What else have we got?
Old man shouting at young children.
Omniac, isn't it? Yeah. Oh. Okay. Dave, do you want to talk about something?
Yeah. Game. Still playing Stationeers. With Matthew Arnold, friend of the show. Still loving it. It's playing on the group server. It's just me and Matthew. Sarah has popped on. But I don't think he's really into she's really into it. So yeah, but no, we're Matthew's plodding
Is he?
ahead with
We
doing
hear we were having a laugh with Matt yesterday
right.
about you. He sent you out to the garden, right? Like you're some sort of leaving the man's
Yeah,
work
yeah,
to him, and he sent you out to grow the vegetables.
yeah. It's just like concentrate on that little corner over there. I'll sort
Go
everything
into
else
your
out.
flower
Yeah,
garden over
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Everything will be fine.
So no, I was trying to work out doing some automation in planting and harvesting of the greenery. But yeah, he's just so deep into this.
He's Rain
Um,
Man.
yeah, I really want to. I want to have the time and the energy, but I just don't.
Well,
But
once you
yeah,
start homeschooling, you'll have loads of time.
but yeah, yeah. Well, I still need to work. Fucking like,
Yeah, you pay
uh,
for it, bitch.
yeah, it's the thing. So yeah, I want to get
You've
more into
really
it this
thrown
week.
him for a loop there. We can't keep
Yeah.
distracting
No,
him with things like that.
no. No, I really want to get more
Tell
time
me,
into it.
So here we go. So let me talk. Let's find it. So you guys
Okay.
have you have a server for Stationeers. How long is
We
your
have
server up for?
I paid 3 months. That was I think so. It's got 2 more months on
A
it.
couple of months ago. So you guys
Couple of
have
months.
one world in there that you. So the
Yeah,
server
we
is
got one
one
world. One world. We're on I can't
Europa.
remember what I said. Europa. That's it.
Europa. Yes, we
Yeah.
knew that. Yeah,
So we have a base that we share. We have like our own
base.
little a base.
Like
So
a buttery biscuit base.
if you join, you'll come down in a sort of a launch pad tile thing next to it, and then like you go in, and then like we've got all power, we've got all the machines set up, so you can start manufacturing your own better gear.
So sorry, a question. So
Go
anybody
for
who
it.
is to join the server, could they don't can they
Just
do
come
whatever
in
they
and
want?
fuck
Yeah, I
everything
do
up.
whatever I want. I can fucking blow everything
But
up.
would they would they be on Europa, or could they be on another planet?
No,
Or
they'll be on Europa. Yeah. So
If you
the
join
map
us, your
is
server,
but
they
they
could.
could.
yeah. The server is the I don't know the scale of the map that we're on, but it's like a single planet, and it's an area on that planet that they have access to. It's not like a universe that they could like just then sort of explore. It's just that bit, and you interact with outside sources through satellite communication and calling people down to you. You don't the server itself isn't like the solar
Right.
system with all
Yeah.
the different planets. It's just a map within that,
But you can
and
play
everything's
on your like just at your own leisure on your own game on a save game kind of.
Yeah. Yeah. You can do.
It doesn't require a server.
No. You can just play single player, or you can play like multiplayer, like from your game, and then just sort of invite people
Yeah, like
in.
a session based.
Yeah. But like if I had a session and then Arnie wanted to play, I'd have to be online for him to join. So that's
Yeah.
why I created the server.
Really
So
bad
the
crap.
server.
Either of us can jump on.
So the server is always online. That's the advantage.
Yeah.
There,
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So it does pause when neither of us are on. So it's not like a continual
Oh yeah.
server. So yeah, time does pass when one person's on. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
It's
Neat.
pretty cool.
still having fun. It's really good.
It's very complicated.
Yes.
I'd like to get in there. I really would actually. I got to sort that out.
Only there was a way to do that.
Yeah. Well, look, the barrier. Honestly, the barrier to entry is not the cost;
No.
it's the time. Like
Yeah.
I have Satisfactory loaded on my machine.
Oh, do you?
On my machine?
Oh wow.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
yeah. Through I've Steam sharing. Stan had it, I think.
Hmm.
And I still haven't pressed play. Right. So I'm not being held back on these things because
Right.
it's just chances are I'm sitting at my PC and then I'll be gaming first-person games with you guys or whatever, and then I've got other things to go off and do. So it's just the time sink. I should just press play, shouldn't I, and get going on them. We'll see.
Yes, like Elden Ring, for
Yes.
example.
No. Okay. What else have we got? Neil?
I've got the game that I was playing last week, which I finished this week, for the Plucky Squire, which was all right actually. I can't remember what my vibe was last week, but yeah, it's pretty easy, not super challenging combat wise in the main.
In the other Discord I hang out in to get away from all you lot, there are loads of guys in there who have been playing it, and almost every one of them said the same thing. They said it's style over substance, ultimately, and a lot of them had no interest in pushing to the finish.
It's not that long a game to finish, I don't think. What it does is it keeps that introducing a new thing to do. It doesn't make you use all of those things or always require you to use those things, or like give you the option. Even like if you don't use something, like there's some moves to unlock for combat, but they're not required. You can just carry on just hitting things with a sword and never unlock another thing probably, and do fine in the game. Or you can unlock the ability to throw your sword, which is fun. To like you throw your sword and it sticks in the wall, and then you press the button and it flings back to you and stuff like that. So it's all right. It's nothing bad. I
feel like there's a right, like you're perking up again in this sort of like you've dipped when you're talking about Spider-Man and the combat or whatever, but well,
it was just nice.
It sounds like you need a nice holiday. You need a nice break.
From video games?
Well,
I liked Plucky Squire. It was all right. It was like I was looking for something a little bit of joy in it, like and. This was like it takes you back to when your kids are little and you're reading them the kids' storybook, and there's like little kid toys all around your room, like bricks with letters on and things like that in the 3D world, and it's just I don't know whether that was part of it, but it was.
Dave, we're gonna need you to get on that bike tomorrow. You gotta go see our buddy down here and give him a big hug. All right.
I got hugs here. I can get hugs here. But yeah, I thought. I mean, like I say, it's not. I don't know. I've not had a Dave hug. I don't think properly.
What?
Not a real one. Anyway, before it gets too weird, it gets to the point in the game, and it does something quite cool, like which is on screen. So probably it's a bit of a spoiler. So I'm not really going to put that on there. But yeah, it's like a joyful tone about the Plucky Squire. It's like a little kid's hero book, and then things happen in the story because there's a baddie in the story, and because of the mechanics of the game, it makes things happen in the game that are quite. I was like, this is quite cool.
Is the bad guy bad, but yet quite bumbling and funny?
Yeah.
Knew it.
His name's Humgrump. So.
That's your name.
Yes, that's me. I'm the baddie in the game.
The Plucky Squire is actually a projection of what you wish to be.
Yeah. But it was pretty cool. It wasn't. It's not like I say.
Do we have any psychiatrists listening?
It's not game of the year, but like some people are going on about it, it's like it's amazing. I was like, it's cool. Like the 2D, 3D part of it, it's all very cool. Really looks lovely, and the story is amusing. I'd rather play this than Spider-Man 2 in terms of the story.
Okay.
The story
the
story was better in this so far than Spider-Man 2.
The funny thing is, if you put Spider-Man 2 and Plucky Squire in front of me, I can tell you I would play Plucky Squire. Hand on heart, that would be the one I would reach for. I have no interest in fucking going and playing Spider-Man, but I would like to check this out.
Yeah, well, you could fork out for a month of PlayStation Plus and have it done in a couple of days.
Never gonna happen, mate. Never gonna happen.
Or you could buy it on PC I guess.
No, not gonna happen.
But I finished it. I liked what it did. It's not game of the year, but it was good.
Oh, I found out I have got a game coming up that I'm going to be playing. Animal Well.
Oh, I saw your son bought that.
Yeah.
I finished that as
So-
well. That's
So
cool.
I'm going to get on that.
That
Yeah,
could
I'm
be
gonna get
game of
on
the year.
that. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm looking forward to that. He might even still be playing it. He's been playing all day.
Yeah, it is good.
Oh no, he's not. You know what he was playing when I went down there earlier? Rust. Ooh.
Oh no, you won't be playing that again.
Uh,
Ugh.
brilliant.
All right. What else have we got? Dave. I think we'll finish on the typical two.
Finish. Oh,
No,
right, okay.
we got the
Yeah,
other
yeah,
two.
I'm with you. I
with
was
me?
a bit
You got
slow.
me,
A
son?
bit slow there. A
Okay.
bit slow.
So, I started playing this on I can't remember who said on
Sumu.
Discord. Sumu said, "Hello, has anybody checked this out? It seems like a dev game. It's a game called Frostpunk 2, which is on Game Pass at the moment.
Yes.
So you never played Frostpunk?
I think I played a little bit of Frostpunk, or I saw videos on it, and I wasn't really that interested in it.
Yeah. I
Ooh,
started
that was-
Frostpunk, but didn't stick with it.
It's a bit grim, isn't it?
So,
Yeah, there were people eating shit and stuff like that.
People eating people, and maybe eating shit. I don't know.
So the best way I describe this is a city builder with a time limited story element to it, and you've got to. It's basically a puzzle game about how to best build your city and optimize the both heat, building, and hunger levels of the residents. And also, I think housing. I think that's the thing. I don't like it. Don't like it. It's
Ooh.
not for me. I don't like. I don't like the.
It's the
story.
narrative part of it
I
that
don't.
pisses
Yeah,
you
I
off.
don't like. Yeah, I don't like the narrative. I think the narrative is so. It's too much. You've at
Does
the
it
start
have?
of this game.
So it's time. So the story dictates what you have to do and
Yeah,
when, kind
yeah,
of thing.
you have
rather
to
than,
do.
you know, like-
You have like for example, the very first mission, you've got to get and store a certain amount of food within a time limit. The time limit being the amount of weeks that you first between when you first set up and when you actually like the whiteout, the major storm comes and sort of makes living impossible unless you've got heat and food. And yeah, I put about an hour and a half, 2 hours into it. I did the first. I didn't did the first and the second mission. It's not for me. I don't like. I don't like building stuff on a schedule.
like
It's either like I build it wrong and whatever it is
fail.
I'm doing is fail, like just through it sort of
It's a constraint you're not interested in.
yeah, you know, it.
He doesn't like
it's-
rules. He wants to be free to do what he
No,
wants
that's
to
fair
do.
enough. And I mean, it's what was there was a game recently, wasn't there, where they remade it, but they took out the timing. There was
It's
a
Dead
timer.
Rising.
Or something. Was it Dead Rising?
Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster, Doctor.
And they took out
took
the
the
timer.
timer.
Oh,
Yeah.
did they? Okay.
And people were just like, "Great, thank you."
Well, some people
Right.
were like, it's too easy now.
Yeah. I know. I think it was something else I'm thinking about. I can't remember what it was. But yeah. So
Yeah.
not for you.
No, I can see it's quite well constructed and yeah, it is very liked across like there are.
It was
a lot of
liked enough
people
to get a
around there.
sequel.
If you liked
Like
the
10
first one,
people.
maybe you like the second one. I don't know.
You would hope so.
I've not played
So,
either.
The developers hope so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they've probably been paid a good sum of money to put it on Game Pass already.
Well, it's on Game
So-
Pass as well, so yeah,
Mm.
they're not doing too bad. Yeah, you know, I appreciate it. I appreciate what they do. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm saying it's a game not for me. It's not my kind of game. The being dictated and the you have to do it in this way. You have to finish this level by doing this in this very specific.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's just a puzzle game
Nobody puts Dave
No.
in a corner.
No, I like puzzles. I like giving myself the puzzle of completing something correctly, and the way I see it as being correct is how I dictate it's correct. It's a very niche.
No, but I understand exactly what you're saying. You
Yeah.
know, it changes the whole mechanic of the game, right? You know, it's
Yeah, exactly. I like the way I put it is the way you play Hunt. You know, you could play Hunt to either kill everybody on the server, and there's like 12 or 15 people on server as well, somewhere you could get the things and get out, which gives you extra points whether you kill anybody or not. That that's a bonus. Or you could just make sure you don't die, maybe get a kill or two, and then extract.
go hunting for stuff, other things like
Yeah.
bonus things, or
So
play how you
like
want to play.
that game, which is essentially a PvP game, but you create your own objectives on the maps and how you do it. So I do like the fact that how you play Hunt and how it is sort of you can play it out. It's not just murder everybody. Yeah, and it's the same with my games. Is that I make my own constraints. I don't want the constraints put on me on how to play it.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Did you hear that, Christian? You got told, mate.
Oh. Well,
There are lots of
all
games.
suggestions are gratefully received.
There
I'm
are
just
lots of
shit-stirring.
games like that. I think The Crust was the other one that came out recently that was quite similar. That it was a story-based building game like that.
Too
And
much
I
story.
looked at it, but the same applied is that there was constraints on how parts of the story was done and how you were building to complete it. And I saw some videos on it. I was like, it looks like a really good game. It's just not for me. I don't
It's
like
not
those
for you.
constraints. No.
All right. Okay. 2 games left.
We talk about Hunt Showdown now, then, as we've sort of started talking about it.
Yeah. What is there anything we need to talk about this
We
week?
need to talk about the fucking hacking twat.
Oh yeah, that was rough. That was a rough night of Hunt, wasn't it?
That just fucking topped it off. That.
Well, we had. Do you want to tell us about it? I can't even.
I can't remember what happened before.
Oh,
that just
was right.
really
You
stuck
walked
out.
onto the mat. So we started the
We
game.
literally started a game, and within about 10 seconds, I'd been shot in the fucking
Not even
head.
that.
I was just like,
Wasn't
what the
even that.
fuck?
Poison bullet.
Poison bullet to the head with a silenced pistol from 355 meters. I was like, you fucking what?
Yeah, and then I suddenly got hit a couple of times and hid behind a tree, and we quickly established that someone was hacking and shooting us from far north, and we just bolted, didn't we? It was just like we just.
Well, you managed to get me
here.
up somehow. I don't know. He must have been shooting somebody else.
I think he was concentrating on, probably other people on the map, and yeah, we just like quickly let's just try and run to the exit, see if we can just hide,
just save our hunters,
or whatever. And we didn't make it. We were on our way to the exit. He still shot us in the head.
Yeah, shoot through the ground as well, which is quite impressive. The fucking
did he?
dick. Yeah, on the kill cam. I looked at my kill cam, and it was like it went through the ground. And I was like, what?
Okay,
but obviously, so I don't know if he had to, it accounts for bullet drop. Obviously, there's bullet drop in the game now. I was like, how's he shooting a fucking shit pistol headshot from that far away? Like, the bullet drop is insane on a fucking gun like that. It doesn't do any damage to anyone about fucking 100 meters away. It's like, what the fuck? How's he killed me?
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense. He hit me with the first a couple of body shots. I didn't get hit in the head. I got hit a couple of times in the body, and I don't think he took a full bar off me, a large bar.
No, but he hit me in the head.
But the headshot's instant death, right? That's the problem.
I was not impressed.
And then we played another game after that, and it was the game after that where I raged, didn't I? I was trying to shoot somebody. I was literally my gun pointing at this guy's back, pulled the trigger twice, and not one of the hits registered on him. And I had the video to prove it, and I was just like, let's call it. I think that was not a great night.
Not been a good week of hunting, generally, I don't think. Well, I haven't been on. Like the last 2 nights, I haven't played. So you've been on, but
is it that it's got too popular? There's too many people playing now. That's why hackers are coming in, or
no. We just wrote it. I mean, we were fine. It was just like, okay, there's a hacker. We don't see really.
That's the first
ever.
time a blatant hacker I've seen.
Yeah, anything. That's the worst I've ever seen, and I
Right.
maybe had one suspicion before, or seen one before. Yeah, it was just a shitty, janky night, really. Servers were a little bit janky this week. I think there were some. I think you and I had some decent runs earlier in
Yeah.
the week at some point.
Yeah, I feel
You know,
like
I had
that.
some- I think we
Since
played some
then,
good
I
trios.
don't
No, we
think I've
played some good trios with Matt and
Yeah.
Sarah as well. There's some good. There were some good games this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might, But the standout, like you say, was the hacker. So
That was
there you go.
outrageous. Absolutely outrageous.
It was outrageous. Yeah, but
Um,
try not
but
to let it.
I forgot there was new challenges available on Thursday, so I haven't been on. So I'll
Oh,
probably
I haven't been on either, so I'm gonna play tonight.
I'll probably be on
Hopefully,
tonight to do some
I
challenges.
won't be able to play tomorrow.
Ooh, what are you doing tomorrow?
My daughter's got the basement tomorrow night. Unless I move my PC out, but I'm not going to do that. So, all right, okay, that's enough hunt. Should we just go
Yeah,
go
on
on to
then.
yeah, sure. That's enough hunt for this week.
Tell us
sure.
about it.
Well, Balatro Mobile dropped on Thursday. I'm not going to lie, refreshed my phone Wednesday at midnight, but didn't see it until Thursday. It didn't come through until I was in the dentist chair on Thursday morning. Yeah, so I put it. I downloaded it. I've got it. It's on my phone, but they won't stay on my phone. There's not much.
So the
point. It's too
iPad is
small.
where you want it.
iPad is where I put it on there. So I played a couple of games. It's been really interesting, actually. So let's talk about: is it any good? Answer is yes. Plays fucking great on the iPad. They
What
have
about the phone?
I don't think I played
You've
it
not
on
actually
the
done
phone.
it on
I think
phone, right?
no. I think I just opened it up, but then shut it down. So I'm sure it plays just fine on the phone. It's not exactly a taxing game.
Not for a fucking
but,
iPhone these days, or an
But what they
annual
have
iPhone.
done, so I've been playing on my tablet for the last month or whatever, almost every night through GeForce Now. So that went a bit but that wasn't very good. But this is just great, and it works. It runs perfect standalone. It's on my iPad. It's great. What they have changed in it is they've got some. If you want to use a card, you have to swipe it. Once you put your finger on it and hold it and go to move the card, options open up above, like a use or buy, or a buy or buy and use. Like you have to drag, or if you want to discard something, you need to pick things up and drag them into discard menus that suddenly pop up. And at first that was a bit like, oh, that's a bit odd, but then you realize that is a totally ergonomic for the pad, and it works very well, and once you're used to it, it's great. So yes, works fine, looks great, no problem. Go get it. What I'm noticing more and more is actually there's two things. One, I was thinking of Dave because I played 2 runs last night and I got myself to the end on both the runs to level to anti-8. I won the runs. But they're not as easy, I don't think, as they are if I play, because my account is reset, right? So right. I'm playing from scratch, and I think what I've forgotten is I have a shit ton of stuff unlocked.
Jokers and stuff,
Jokers and stuff that maybe not everyone has access to.
Are the seeds the same? Have you tried one of the seeds you've already done?
On your iPad? No, I could do that, yeah.
To see how they compare.
I'm sure they are, but that's interesting. But I'm sure they are. But I could try that and find out. But what I have really noticed about Balatro is I cannot casually play it. So I loaded it up onto the iPad mid-morning, have my cup of coffee, things start happening, time to go to the boys' room, right? And go sit down. And normally I would play pinball, but now I'm playing Balatro. And then I get up and I go sit down back at my desk and let's play another couple of hands of Balatro or whatever like that. And I just fail miserably. And I think it's just that in terms of a on-the-go game, Balatro doesn't, you can't. It is now a mobile game, but if you get me, it's not a mobile game, right?
Not one you can play on the bus for 5 minutes, get off the bus, then pick it up 10 minutes later on another bus or whatever.
I mean, I had one game I was playing the other day. I was doing I think a purple stake run, really high, like one of the higher stake runs. And I was in my bed and I was playing on GeForce Now, and I was really focusing, concentrating on everything that I was doing. And then somebody started downloading something or whatever, and it went super jank. And when it goes super jank, sometimes it discards shit that you don't want it to discard. And I was like, I cannot have that happen to me now. This is I'm the lines are too fine. Like I can't do that. So I moved from my bed to here, and as soon as I sat down here, I failed the next hand. And I think it's just because your mind, for me anyway, the mind is running, right? And it's just chugging along, and you've got to remember everything that you've.
Oh.
The engine becomes so like you have everything counts, right? So that's the big thing I'm finding with Balatro this week, which I found really interesting, is like runs that get interrupted are fucking just dog shit. Like I don't know, it's really odd, but it's very difficult to pick up and continue. But yes, on the I didn't go to sleep till well past midnight. I was fucking wired for sound playing Balatro. So yes, not good.
Shouldn't have fucking done that, should you?
Great and yet not great. So
it's on Apple Arcade. Included in Apple Arcade. If anyone, like me, has a 3-month free trial ready to burn on Apple Arcade. But I don't have an iPad, so I'd have to play it on my little phone.
You don't have an iPad? You can get an iPad back. You should get an iPad.
350 quid for a bog standard iPad, 2022, I think. But did they not announce new ones? I don't know.
Probably. They always announce.
Or did they just? It was just phones recently, wasn't it? Phones and I don't know.
16.
Fucking Apple Intelligence and all that bollocks. AI, it's coming for us.
So
one way or another.
Yeah. Anyway, that's Balatro Mobile.
Okay.
It's here finally, and now I just want to go pick it up. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Is that why you're rocking back and forth in your chair?
That's right. Yeah. All right.
Wow.
Okay. Well, that's the last thing on here, unless I've missed anything, and I think we've done more than enough for tonight. If anyone is in disagreement, tell me now. Tell me now.
I think we're good.
All right. Dave, do you want to do it? Send us out.
I'll do it. I'd like to say thank you for listening to the Seal Podcast. If you'd like to ask questions and get involved, please contact us at our website, which is sealpodcast.com. You can fill in a form to contact us. You can also contact us via email, sealpodcast@gmail.com. You can get a link to our Discord server. A link is pinned on Twitter, Acast, YouTube, X, whatever it's called. In most places it's at Seal Podcast. Well, it's all places there. Also on Twitch at Seal Podcast.
Yes.
We have YouTube and Twitch channels which we upload and stream to. Neil, if you want to do a shout out for chat.
Quiet one tonight. Apart from Kyle, who was just to say thanks again for the 6-month sub. That was very generous of you. And
thank you, Kyle.
Sarah was in the chat to say per hour.
For what?
When we was talking about how much it costs per hour. So whatever, we were talking about smart meters.
Oh yeah.
A while ago, in the ramble bit of the
that
podcast.
Seems like an age ago. All right.
Lovely.
Okay. Well, yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for listening. Then, and until next week, we'll see you later.
See you soon,
guys.